This is Spreaker Web Radio.
Travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want.
First night football, baby. Throw out who's favorite. Anything can happen. Play with everything we got right here. We gonna look him in the eye. We gonna punch him in the mouth. And he's got it. What a catch. This is why this kid is so special. Going on the end zone. He's got it. Something magical about this kid. What a hit. This place is going crazy.
What is going on, everybody? Episode 4, Pro Wrestling Unleashed Radio. It is Friday, February 8th, 2013, and I just want to come on here for a little bit and talk about Jeff Hardy, TNA, a little bit of Bellator, and what is going on in the professional wrestling world. Before we get into the big Jeff Hardy thing, I want to get into another big contract signing, but it is for WWE. It was announced this Monday night on Raw. Now, granted, was it a part of the storyline? Yes, but Brock Lesnar is he signed to a two-year contract with WWE. He signed it backstage at Raw last Monday when he returned and took out the chairman of the board, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, in Las Vegas. Two sides verbally agreed to terms, and then Brock flew in to Vegas. He met with Vince, signed the new contract, and financial details are not disclosed at this time, but it's similar to the one that he signed last year, which means limited TV, 3 to 4 pay-per-views, matches a year. So for him, it's good. For us, it's good. And if you're a Brock Lesnar fan, this is awesome news to hear him back with WWE. He's going to at least be here because his contract ended either at WrestleMania or the night after WrestleMania. So to have him here, they can follow up, and they are really kicking off his contract very, very soon. And they're using a lot of dates right now. So, it's February and WrestleMania's not until April, and pretty much he's advertised for February. He's a little bit off on March, and they'll pick and choose there. We do have a schedule up on the site. Let me see if I can pull it up of when he is supposed to be on Raw or SmackDown. Same as Chris Jericho and The Rock. It's under part-time schedules. So he is scheduled for February 25th, which is a Raw in Dallas, Texas. He is advertised for March 11th for Raw in Indianapolis. He is for the April 1st Raw in Washington, D.C., the Monday before WrestleMania. For WrestleMania 29, it looks like he will be. So here and there, we'll see how he does. Of course, they can always have a surprise and have him come out with no one really expecting it, which is cool. It looks like it's going to be Triple H versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 29. He came out there, he attacked Vince McMahon, and Triple H needs his revenge. Also, a lot of sites are going back and forth on if Undertaker is going to be there. And what we have reported on 2headzone.com and nextgenerationwrestling.com is that Triple H pretty much confirmed it. Jim Ross came out and said, it's a good possibility he's going to be there. And I really think that Undertaker will make this WrestleMania. Will it live up to the WrestleMania hypes with The Undertaker? I don't know. It looks like, and everyone wants to see CM Punk versus The Undertaker, which I would love to see that match. The part that could have some possibilities that it won't happen is Undertaker has a lot of injuries, a lot of hip injuries, and he's suffering with knee injuries now. And they don't know if he's going to be there. Honestly, Undertaker's always a last minute thing, or last year was a last minute thing, but this year it could be planned out. I think it'll be another last minute thing as well. There is no WrestleMania without the Undertaker. He just brings something to the show, and maybe he won't have a 5-star match like he has been with the past 2 Triple H matches, and definitely the Shawn Michaels matches. I don't know if you would put Triple H and him as a 5-star match. Definitely a 4. Last year's WrestleMania was a freaking awesome match. And I really wasn't a fan of WrestleMania. What was it? 27. Yeah, it was in the Georgia Dome. The main event was weak. I just wasn't a fan of it, and that was their first match, him and Triple H. Of course, you had to follow expectations from him and Shawn Michaels the year previously, and that WrestleMania 25 was fantastic. But CM Punk and Undertaker could definitely steal the show, and they probably will if Undertaker's up to his expectations, which is a very, very high standard. As far as Brock Lesnar goes, it looks like it'll be Brock Lesnar, Triple H, and then they're already planning, which we already have up on the site. It's under early plans for WWE SummerSlam pay-per-view on NextGenerationWrestling.com. That they're planning Brock versus Rock. And I don't know if it'll be for the WWE Championship. I highly doubt that they're going to do multiple months, going all the way from, he won in January, all the way to August as Rock Champion. With all the movies that he does, all the promotional business that he does for those movies. You're not going to have a WWE Championship at a house show. A lot of possibilities and a lot of negatives for WWE. I mean, you can always have, Punk being the main event or John Cena, but if you go to a house show in WWE, the staple is you got to have the WWE Championship on the line, and Brock is not going to work house shows, and Brock, I don't even see him winning the WWE Championship anymore. Would I like to see those two guys go back on the road full time? No. Is it necessary? Absolutely not. I would like to see Brock in there a lot more on TV. I would like to see him do 1 pay-per-view a month and 4 Raws a month, but that's not going to happen. He doesn't want to do that, and he shouldn't. He's earned his way to this contract. He's earned his way to getting back where he is. And the same that goes with The Rock. I wouldn't want to see him do house shows, but I'd like to see him on every week as a continuation of a star, kind of like a Shawn Michaels did, kind of like the Undertaker did back in the day. Shawn Michaels would work 4 Raws and then 1 pay-per-view a month, and he would go home. I think that's an awesome schedule. You're still on the road. You're still, with the boys in the locker room, but also after that taping goes off, you get to go home for about 6 days, about 5 days. It just matters on the show when it is, where it is, and all that good stuff. So that's my possibilities on that. As far as Brock goes, I think he won't win the WWE Championship, and I don't think The Rock will last until August as WWE Champion. I think he'll drop it at WrestleMania. But that is for another episode. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to jump right into the Jeff Hardy contract signing. So, with that being said, hang out.
That sound more like everyone else than anyone else.
Hey, all right, it's Kip Casper.
Spreaker is the website which turns anyone into a radio DJ. Log on to Spreaker.com for listening to thousands of radio channels and start creating your own radio today.
We are back. Podcast listeners, you didn't probably listen to that commercial. You might have. I'm not for sure. Let's jump into the Jeff Hardy thing, the title of this show today. Jeff Hardy has signed a long-term contract with TNA, and this is what the statement says. It's on alternativenewstalk.weebly.com under Pro Wrestling. Dixie Carter revealed Thursday night Bellator MMA after Impact that she assigned to Jeff Hardy to a deal will keep him with the company for a long time. We've been reporting that the contract has expired at the end of this month, and the rumor is that he'll likely stay with TNA. Now, I just updated this morning. TNA official website has put up an article telling that TNA has signed a contract with Impact for 2 years with the company. So what that means is he's going to be here for 2 more years. And I need to edit something on 2xzone.com. Really good site, y'all. I definitely recommend you check that out. Alright, just had to update that. If you want to go report for that, you want to go work for that site, Jason is an awesome boss, and I'll put his email in the description, and he's an awesome guy. But anyway, back to this. This is huge news for TNA. Jeff Hardy is the biggest star that they have as of right now. You might hate on TNA for having a bunch of either has-beens or former mid-carders, maybe top-level guys in WWE, Ring of Honor, stuff like that. Jeff Hardy, I'm a fan of Jeff Hardy. And when people ask me, why are you a fan of Jeff Hardy? I can't give them an answer. And the reason I can't give them an answer is he awesome on the mic? No, not even close. He's decent to good. Wrestling-wise, he can put on some really good matches. But to answer why you're a fan of Jeff Hardy, you really can't say. I grew up with the Attitude Era. I grew up with Jeff Hardy being either a tag team champion, a mid-card champion, or a world champion. Jeff Hardy brings something to the table that no one else does. He has a different look from anybody else in the business. He is his own guy. He is his own personality, and he is definitely charismatic. Jeff Hardy brings a different level to TNA. He brings a different fan base than your regular wrestling fan. From anywhere from art to music to dirt bikes to drawings. It's just something different. TNA is a different wrestling promotion from WWE. WWE likes to say that they are a sports entertainment business. And Impact Wrestling comes out and says, we are wrestling, we are professional wrestling. We don't use superstars. We are wrestlers. We go out there, work our asses off, weekends. And I like that. Now, am I a bigger fan of TNA or WWE guy? Of course I'm a WWE guy because I've been a fan of them since I can remember. With that being said, TNA has some good stuff. As long as they're live. And I know this sounds very weird. Example. They went on the England tour. They taped 4 shows, 2 in Manchester and 2 in London. The Manchester shows have already aired. I've watched both of them. It seems like that when you put TNA against the wall, they can't fight out of it. They just slump down and give you mediocre stuff. Now with WWE, I'm not saying their product is the best because it's not. But when WWE is back against the wall, they will pull out some surprises. They will pull out some different stuff. I can't see that and I can't tell that with TNA. And the point of this thing is, when TNA has 4 weeks of television to tape in pretty much 4 nights, 2 in Manchester, 2 in London, the shows are not even good. They're mediocre to decent. The first show, which aired January 31st, you had Garrett Bischoff and Wes Briscoe revealed as the new members of Aces and Eights. I believe the week before that, or 2 weeks before that, Taz was revealed. And the problem I have with Taz, I like Taz. I think he does pretty good promo stuff, and I thought he was a good wrestler in the past. He can't wrestle now, obviously, because of neck injuries. But with him being a heel commentator, it's just annoying. You have to have a heel commentator. I'm okay with that. I understand that. That's just part of the business. But if you're an Aces and Eights guy, the Aces and Eights do not care about other heel wrestlers. They don't care about other babyface wrestlers. Whoever they're feuding with at the time, that's who they care about. That's who they interfere with. So to be on the backs of every heel that walks out of that curtain makes you look stupid. Makes you look like you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what direction you're going, and obviously management doesn't know where you're going. So you need to stop that. As far as Wes Briscoe and Garrett Bischoff goes, no one has got. Wes Briscoe he's kind of over, and Garrett Bischoff has never been over. Garrett Bischoff is in the place that he is because of his daddy. If that wasn't the case, he would still be on the independent scene. As far as Wes Briscoe goes, he could have went the WWE route, but he didn't. He went the TNA route to find his own path, which I respect that. Now, will he go to WWE down the line? Probably, which is okay. Will he go to the main roster? I doubt it, unless he's a star in TNA or another promotion. He'll probably be a developmental NXT guy. The problem I have with is I like that they're pushing new stars, but guys that are in the back that are not getting pushed deserve it way more than these guys. Wes Briscoe, I don't think he's proven himself enough. I think there's a lot of guys back in TNA that has. Garrett Bischoff has been pushed to the moon because of Daddy, and I do not respect that at all. I think you earn your way. You don't just get handed to you. So, I don't like those two reveals. That's the difference between WWE and TNA. WWE has a plan. TNA really doesn't have a plan. This Aces and Eights thing is going to last a little bit longer. Now, I ranted on the Aces and Eights. The reason I ranted on that is because it goes along with the difference between WWE and TNA. I explained what Jeff Hardy means to TNA. If he went back to WWE, he would be a top level guy. They would push him to the moon, and he would be way over. With TNA, he's the face of that company now. He's champion. He was champion because his contract was ending. Now, they have him for 2 years. Well, if you think about before he has a little incident at Victory Road with Sting last year, he was champion, and obviously stuff happened out of his control, and he had a couple months to take that back and deal with it, and he had to fight his way back, which I respect that, and TNA didn't push him to the moon. He had to fight his way back. What TNA wants for Jeff Hardy is to be the face. They care about him, he cares about them, and that's what's awesome about TNA. That's what you gotta respect about TNA. WWE is a business. But TNA, it's a family, which I love that atmosphere. I want TNA to grow. I want them to exceed. I want another war. Maybe not Monday nights, because that would be horrible on play-by-play. Would I like to see TNA do, the 2s and the 3s in rating? Absolutely. What I don't think will happen is, if you keep Hulk Hogan around and put his daughter in storylines that everyone knows that is false, you're not going to get anywhere. You need to push the younger guys. Kurt Angle was willing to do it. Jeff Hardy's willing to do it. Anderson's willing to do it. Sting's willing to do it. You got to do something. But if you have Hulk Hogan in almost every scene, at least both hours of the show, you have his daughter in there that has no place in doing it. And I'm a Hulk Hogan fan. I like Hulk Hogan. I like Brooke. I like his family, except Linda. I like the show Hogan knows best. I even watch Brooke shows. My point is, we're not wanting it, we're getting it forced down our throats. Once you do that, the audience rejects. This Brooke thing, it's been around for a little bit. I really did not mind at all when she was running the Knockouts division, but if she's the main storyline of TNA, I don't like it. If Hulk Hogan is the main storyline of TNA, I don't like it. Same way with Sting. I respect Sting. I think he's an awesome guy. I think he was great for the business. But he's being forced down our throats, and then he disappears for a couple months, and then he comes back when we don't want him to come back. When he comes back, we don't want him to come back, but when we want him, he's not there. And that's the problem with Sting. he's stale. And you have some like Bully Ray, who's an awesome character, who I thought was an awesome heel. And I don't have a problem if they turned him face. My problem is that you have a guy that could be a world champion, could be in world championship feuds, and you're not pushing him there, and you're having a storyline with Brooke Hogan, who has no place in the wrestling business, not in the wrestling business, but not in the wrestling ring. Keep her as a knockout manager. Let her do backstage scenes. Do not put her out in the world and show her off. That's Hulk Hogan for you, and that's what I have a problem with. If Jeff Hardy can change that culture, I don't think he can, but if he can, that would be awesome. Look, I love TNA. I cover TNA. I have TNA websites. But the Hulk Hogan era needs to end. And Jeff Hardy, you can be that guy. They're pushing you to be the face of the company. Now come save us and take it. Take your rightful spot. If you're going to be with TNA, be the guy. I like Jeff Hardy. I think he's an awesome thing. I think this is great for TNA. Them announcing it on Bellator. That's cool. You get it to a different market. I'm awesome with that. I don't mind it at all. But you got to do some changes. And they're saying that Impact's going to be live from every week now, which they have been when they were in Universal Studios. Not really. They're going to tape one live week. They're going to do a live episode. Then they're going to tape the following week that same night with a dead audience. So that scares me. That really does. Because when TNA is live, they are the better product of WWE. When they are taped, it just seems like they can't fight out of the corner. And they just slouch and don't give you the best product they can deliver. And that's what I'm scared about this new taping. Two tapings a week. That's what I'm scared of. Because these past 2 weeks on Impact from England, they've been rough. So that's what I think, y'all. So thank y'all for listening. I'm gonna be out of here, y'all. We gotta update the sites. 2xzone.com, netgeneration.wrestling.weebly.com, prowrestlingenglish.weebly.com, alternative news talk, newsspot.com. Check us out, y'all. Alternative News Talk. I know that's a domain, but it is the news spot. We have anywhere from entertainment to sports to MMA and to professional wrestling news, which is an awesome site. We're growing. We thank you. YouTube channel, Spreaker.com, Facebook, Twitter, sites. It's all in the description. If you want to work for 2xzone.com or my site, our emails are in the description. Just send us an email. Tell us a little bit about you, and we'll definitely hook you up. We need the help, y'all. We're growing. Anyway, I'm out of here, y'all. Episode 4. Jeff Hardy signs long-term contract with TNA.